Hey there. If you're watching this video, then odds are you'd like to have more one-night stands. And, I can't blame you. One-night stands equals sex, sex equals great. Hell, who wouldn't want it? But let me ask you, why one-night stands? I mean, why one-night stands as opposed to casual sex relationships? Or why one-night stands as opposed to going on lots of dates and ending those dates in sex? Why one-night stands? And often it's about thinking, well, it's the shortest distance. It's if I go out in a night and I meet a girl that night and then I have sex with her, that's the least amount of effort to get sex. But let me tell you why that's a terrible way to think. One-night stands almost never lead to good sex, because in a one-night stand, it's two people trying to selfishly get their needs met, right? She isn't interested in trying to satisfy you. She's interested in getting off. You're interested in getting off. The sex is really ordinary. And sex, if you don't connect with someone, is also pretty ordinary, strangely enough. If a girl doesn't really like you, if you're just a dude, a random dude to her, and she's just a random chick to you, you don't connect. The sex, the chemistry isn't there. And this isn't a moral call. This is just sex is bland and boring. Do you want bland and boring sex? Because I certainly the hell don't. But there's more. There's actually really good reasoning why one-night stands are a terrible strategy for any guy who just wants to have more sex. And that's this. Let me tell you this straight up front. The odds of you getting a one-night stand, okay, are 10 times less likely than if you try to have sex with a girl on the end of a second date. 10 times. And I've tested this. I've worked with clients for the last 10 years and we see this all the time. It is 10 times harder to get a one-night stand than to establish a casual sex relationship. Think about that for a second. Okay, bad sex and 10 times less likely to happen. Terrible strategy. Let me explain why it's 10 times less likely to happen. You see, women don't go out on a night thinking, I want to have random sex with a random guy tonight. That's what I'm out to do. I mean, guys do plenty of the time, of course, but women, they don't. They go out thinking, I want to have fun with my friends. Or they might go out thinking, I'd like to meet a cute guy tonight. And the thing you need to realize is the reason she's not thinking of sex is because sex to a woman rarely is just about it feels good. A lot of the time, sex to a woman is about an emotional connection. An emotional connection with a guy she feels feelings for. Now, these feelings don't have to be love. They don't have to be, I want to marry this guy and have kids with this guy. Feelings are just, this guy's exciting, he's interesting, he's fun to be around. Like, there's chemistry. I'm excited at the thought of having sex with this particular guy. And that's what's in it for a woman. So by creating a casual sex relationship, by creating a relationship with her that is non-committal, you're not dating, none of that stuff, but you're around her, and to her, you're funny, you're fun, you're interesting, you make her feel validated as a human being, you make her feel liked and sexy, and you meet all these emotional needs that she has. That's much easier to accomplish in a casual sex relationship. So when I'm going to a bar, let's say, and I want to get laid, I'm not really looking for a one-night stand. And in truth, I've had tons of them. It's not like a woman throws the opportunity around and I turn it down. Sorry, I don't want to have sex with you tonight. Of course not, I'll take it. I'm a guy. But that's not the outcome that I'm looking for. When I go to a bar, this is what I'm doing. I'm looking for women who aren't looking for a relationship right now. And of that subset of women, I'm looking for women who I genuinely really like, who are fun to be around, who I'm attracted to more than just physically. And around them, I'm trying to become to them, I'm trying to be a guy who's funny, who's interesting, who makes her feel validated. I mean, I know I've said these things, but this is who I am to her. And when I'm that guy, and I've made clear I don't want a relationship, and I've made clear that I find her sexually attractive and that I'm into her and that I want to do terrible things to her, and then I line up a date. So I've made clear I don't want a relationship, and I still get her number and we still make a time to meet. What do you think we're meeting for? Okay? So by the time that first date occurs, it's already sexual in nature. It's already established neither of us want a relationship. It's already established that we like each other, that we get along, that there's like chemistry there, that there's something exciting going on. And so when we have a first or second date, either of those can end in sex, and then that becomes a casual sex relationship. And the key thing is that I'm not just calling her up looking for sex. I'm not just literally going, hey, you want to fuck? Great. Sometimes that may happen, but on the whole, I've got to remember that I need to give her what she wants out of the relationship. So even though we're not dating, she still needs to feel sexy. She still needs to feel desired intellectually as well as physically. She still needs to feel like I'm interesting and intellectually stimulating for her. All these things need to occur. So if you meet all these needs, you're going to get way more sex than you ever would have if you just focused on one-night stands. In fact, I highly recommend shutting down the concept altogether. Just get highly focused, make clear to women what you want. You don't have to do that in a sleazy fashion. You can say to a woman, you know what, right now, I'm really loving being single. I get to be focused on work. I get to be really selfish and just work out who I am and what I want out of the world. And I don't have to worry about anyone else's needs right now. I think it's really great what's happening at the moment. And so often, not every time, but so often women will say to you, that's really awesome. I agree completely. I'm in exactly that same space myself. Disco. When you find a girl who's in that space with you, who agrees with you, who thinks, you know what, I'm here as well, then that is your prime candidate for a casual sex relationship. How about you viewers? Have you had great success looking for one-night stands? Have you ever tried abandoning the concept of one-night stands for casual sex relationships instead? If so, how has that gone? I'm curious to find out. Let me know in the comments below. And as always, don't forget to subscribe to my channel so you don't miss out on any of my 3 weekly videos. Hey guys, do you get frustrated approaching women and then getting rejected? I'd like to invite you to my free 12-video training series where I'm going to show you how to make such an amazing first impression before you even say a word that rejection will soon become a thing of the past. See that button down there? Don't procrastinate anymore. Go ahead and click on it, and I look forward to working with you.